Hey guys, welcome to Bootorials. I'm your host Craig, and today we're going to go over a pretty essential element of your ski boots is going to be your toe and your heel lugs. So these are there to hold you onto your skis, and they function as the interface in between boot and binding. For this reason, you want to take good care of them. You want to make sure they are adequate to allow your bindings to function properly, and having them in good condition is going to prevent any unnecessary ejecting out of your bindings. There are two types of boot soles, and that is your standard alpine boot sole versus your rocketed touring boot sole. Now in this video, we're just going to go over the alpine setup, and we can talk about touring boots in another video. Now, there is a lot of boots that do allow you to replace the toe and heel lugs of your boot, but there's also still quite a few boots around where it's just a solid molded plastic into your boot shell. And to look after the ones that are already on your boots, it really is ideal not to do too much walking in them. Now it is hard in some places because you have to walk for miles through car parks, or you have to trudge up cheese grater stairs, but the less you can do this and just stay on snow, the longer they're going to last. And your other option, of course, is to cover them with some type of boot sole protector. So if you want to check your toe and heel lugs are still of an adequate size, what we can do is grab some calipers or a ruler, and I'll run through what the requirements are for DIN norms. So the requirement we need to adhere to is ISO 5355. So that's what states the dimensions and the tolerances. So let's take a look at what that requirement is. So from the flat part of your boot sole to the top of your toe lug, we are looking to have 19 millimeters. And for the heel piece, we are looking from the flat sole to the top of the heel lug to have 30 millimeters. Now you'll see on the sole of the boot that the heel piece and the toe piece both have a taper. And we want to make sure we check this for wear, and let's have a look at the tolerances for that section. So for this taper on the front, we have a requirement of 30 millimeters with a tolerance of 2 millimeters. Now from the flat sole, we need to have 5 millimeters vertically from this point with a tolerance of 1 millimeter. So that really leaves you with the toe piece on the very front edge with a requirement of 14 millimeters, but will still pass at 13 millimeters. Now on the heel, we have a vertical taper of 4 millimeters. So that leaves us with 26 millimeters on the edge of the heel lug with a tolerance of 1 millimeter. So it will still pass at 25 millimeters. Now if these edges are a little bit more worn down than this, your boot will still function in its binding, but you should assume some risk. The main points of contact is going to be the wings of the toe of your binding, and the AFD is where it will contact on the flat sole. Now replacing your toe and heel pieces is a relatively easy thing to do. All you'll need is either a screwdriver or a drill just to fix and undo the screws. Now the only trouble you can run into is if you've walked on them so much that you've worn down the heads of the screws. Now you may need a Dremel here to cut a channel for a flathead screwdriver, or maybe a set of pliers and cut around the plastic piece to get them off. So stay safe, keep an eye on these toe and heel lugs, and take care of them. Now if you do have any questions on this pertaining to your boots, well, hit me up. Thanks for watching, stay rad, be a patriot. Signing out.